Crossbeam Capital specializes in residential housing, either acquisitions, renovation, or development on behalf of our investors and, of course, residents.
Our fund is going to help address a crisis not only in the mountain towns, but also that's heard around America, and that's a lack of attainable housing. The Mountain Development Fund is focusing on modular technique. We've executed on 3 modular projects to date. We do have experience, we're familiar with the product.
One of our competitive advantages is the knowledge and experience deploying modular development techniques. They get these projects done around 50% faster, cut between 20 and 50% off the costs as well, and lower the risks from an execution perspective for the investor in the fund. Since roughly 2010, Crossbeam has completed over $2 billion worth of transaction volume with a net realized investment return at the project level of over 35%, and happens that this property, Apex, returned roughly 35% on its own.
Multifamily rental housing in particular has been very well insulated from losses over time. Crossbeam has never lost equity for an investor in our history. I think the savings that modular manufacturing allows is essential for the overall success of the fund because it gives us the ability to provide housing in supply-constrained markets with very high demand at a cost that is prohibitive for most other developers. So it gives us a competitive advantage and in fact enables us to build the housing that we wouldn't otherwise be able to make sense of economically because of the challenges and difficulties of traditional construction in mountain markets. Multifamily housing has traditionally produced very good returns that are not well correlated with market, so it's a good alternative investment to stocks and bonds for an investor seeking to balance an overall investment portfolio.
We think someone would invest in multifamily housing really due to where it falls in the hierarchy of needs. Folks always need a place to live. There's a demand for housing, there's a shortage for housing right now. Multifamily housing serves that need.
I would describe the Mountain Development Fund as a unique opportunity to execute on a really interesting investment strategy that also makes a significant positive impact on those communities.
The biggest reason I trust the Mountain Development Fund with my investment is because I have seen what we've been able to accomplish at Crossbeam Capital with our prior projects. I've seen the demand for housing in these supply-constrained markets, and I've seen our ability to provide housing in supply-constrained markets. And given our track record since 2010, I'm confident that we can continue to produce solid returns for my investment and for other investors' investments.